ahead. All right, now we've got Matt Atchity here from Rotten Tomatoes to talk about what's going on this weekend. So the first one you got there is Playing for Keeps.
Playing for Keeps.
Is it a keeper?
Not so much.
Oh, no.
Not so much. The keeper's doing well on this. Perfect zero.
A perfect zero.
A perfect zero.
What deserves a zero?
Unfortunately, this one so far, this is a story about Gerard Butler plays this washed-up former professional soccer player who ends up coaching his son's team, and all of the soccer moms throw themselves at him. And it, which seems like right? It's Gerard Butler. He does now, ladies. He does get his shirt off.
Okay.
So I will say that for the girls out in the audience.
That's worth at least one point.
That should be worth something, right? Well, it doesn't work with the critics. But you've got a really good cast here: Jessica Biel, Uma Thurman, Catherine Zeta-Jones. The biggest problem is that the script really is bad. It's just it doesn't work.
It's like an obvious chick flick, sort of.
It is, but too obvious. You know, you've got this movie where he's this guy who used to be kind of this womanizer, but he gets pushed around by all these women, and you never really see that in his character. They only ever talk about that. You never see that with him, and all the women in here act kind of crazy. I'm not sure.
Kind of like Good Day LA.
Crazy good or crazy bad?
Crazy bad.
So how often does it happen that you guys end up with a perfect zero?
With this many reviews, it is unusual because it's 40-something reviews so far, and usually somebody will take mercy on a film, but that's unusual. You know, we hadn't seen a movie do this since earlier in the year with Eddie Murphy's 1,000 Words, which is at a zero with about 40-something reviews.
Ouch, Matt. All right, what's next?
Sorry, Gerard.
Next is Deadfall, which is a movie with Eric Bana and Olivia Wilde, and they play a brother-sister who are on the run after a casino heist, and an accident kills their wheelman. It's this weird kind of film noir type movie. It ends up, pretty steamy at times. You've got a pretty good supporting cast here: Sissy Spacek and Chris Christopherson, but the critics aren't really that wild about it. They say it never really comes together and doesn't really get very exciting. So it's only about 33% on the tomato meter, which is also rotten.
And what say you?
Rotten.
I didn't care for it either.
Okay.
So what should we see this weekend?
Well, there's got a couple of choices. There's one movie, Hyde Park on Hudson, which is the one with Bill Murray as FDR. That's opening in very limited release, but it is here in LA. The critics are kind of split on it. It's only 42%. It's a relatively superficial story. It doesn't really get inside the heads of many of the characters. And it gets awfully soapy for a story about the Roosevelts hosting the British royals on the first time that any British king had come to America. That being said, I found it watchable. I found it kind of enjoyable, but it does get awfully soapy.
Aesthetically, it looks
it looks beautiful.
Pretty.
And you've got this great cast. You've got Bill Murray and Olivia Williams as Eleanor, and you've got, who else? Samuel West and Olivia Colman as the king and queen. Really, I thought it was a great cast, but the movie, it doesn't quite work.
All right.
I would say the one quick to say is End of Watch is back in theaters this weekend. I know I talked about it earlier in the year. Fantastic movie. Jake Gyllenhaal, Michael Pena. It's back in theaters for awards consideration. People should go see it.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Matt. All right, catch Matt on Rotten Tomatoes Radio on Sirius Radio Tuesdays at 4 and Thursdays at 3 on Sirius XM Radio. Great, thanks Matt.
A lot.
All right, when we come back, one of our favorite stars.